when we were going through that tunnel in my vision, we were just going down that road, and every step that I took, I just thought about all the things that I sacrificed to get there, myself, and something that I took pride in was just I couldn't believe I was at that stage at 5 years in. Like I started out in Reno, and I given so much back. So when I did take that road, it was like flowers were thrown. And it almost reminded me of when Maximus was walking down that road and they were just throwing roses at his feet. It's because I just felt like I gave everything to the world, and now the world was cheering our names, like we're champions.
Dope. Oh, snap. My guy. Hey, Dakota, thanks for taking time out, man. You're busy. I see you in the trenches always. If you wouldn't mind, real quick, introduce yourself to the folks, your tribe, where you from, and your favorite cereal.
Okay, I bet. I'm Dakota Wahkinney, also known as YK. I'm from the Comanche Nation tribe, and my favorite cereal probably would be Reese's Puffs. It's fire.
What? Okay, Reese's Puffs. I wasn't ready for that one. I like it. I like it.
No, Reese's Puffs,
Yeah.
man, it's it, man. It's it.
That's the spot. Is that like a 2:30 in the morning go-to?
Anytime I got this kind of like, yeah, it's random. I might be gaming, I might be editing, like, let me still get a vote real quick. So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we're gonna cover the spectrum real quick today. You know, you got your hands in a lot of pots, man. You do a lot of stuff that I just kind of want to chit chat with you about today. And but to start everything, I want to show you a little something real quick. This pic right here. Can you see that?
Yeesh.
Yeah.
We was young.
Oh man, I met this kid coming up to me. Yo, man. You rocking N7, man. You native, bro? And then blah blah blah, communicating. So you were hype up, and you were at a teen conference for foster care. And if I remember
Yes.
right, you had just won like advisor of the year, chaperone of the year. I don't know what they call it, care worker of the year. There's some kind of a thing. If you real quick wouldn't mind, we're gonna get into what you do currently, but let's take a trip back first to this day. What was that award you won, and what was your work in foster care?
Oh, it was youth guidance specialist. I basically what I did was help youth get ready to transition to being an adult and stuff like that. So it was basically just hands-on care, just being with them, just letting them know like we're gonna help them get ready to be an adult and this like a day to day, like basically being a parent. So that's what I did as like my first job when I turned 21. Just went straight into it, social work, and that's something that I take pride in and kind of what I do now still, like just try to give back as much as I can to the community. So
Yeah, you do, bro. That's why we chopping it up the way we chop it up, man. It's because you are about that. I love the reason I want to start with that is because that's like that conference specifically is dope. That it does address this aging out process of youth in foster care. That at 18, some of the spigots turn off for them, and they still have to get to 21. So there's a little gap there that's hard for them to make it. So I appreciate you being somebody who was willing, even at your youthful age, to step in. What was that like for you during that time, stepping in for them and helping them bridge that gap?
I think it was a lot, more personally. Like I felt like growing up, having two parents that loved and cared and taking that for granted. Obviously, as a
Mm,
kid, you don't know those kind of things. You only know what you've been given. And so for me, having two loving parents and that were always there, did anything that I needed, got me everything that I needed, and most of the time what I wanted. And then at the age of 21, still kind of like spoiled as as the young ones are spoiled, and going into this field, seeing youth not have parents or have trauma in their life, something that I wasn't used to having. And I think
uh,
it was a lot for me just to like let it sink in. Like, dang, this is real life. Like people really go through a lot at early
yeah.
ages, as young, like 10 and under, 15 under, and then like and not even having a plan when they turn 18. Like my parents helped me a lot with that. Like, hey, get into college. Basically, my hardship was like having them not do it for me. You know what I mean? Because that's what kind of
Mhm.
parents I had. Like, oh, we'll go to the end of the world for this kid, and really just trying to like understand, like, oh, this is what like an adult is being like. Like the things that I was having trouble with was transitioning to an adult. You know what I mean? Like I was like, man, mom or dad, do this for me, do that for me, and they're like, you're an adult now. You have to do these things and hold yourself accountable and responsible. So
Yeah.
like seeing these kids have to deal with it at age 10, 11, you're like, wow, like this is crazy. Like I never thought I would have to go or see something like this at that age. And it really changed me as a person. Like I took everything personal after that. I wanted to really be a better me. So seeing these
Wow.
kids go through that, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty spoiled as a upbringing just because my parents, that's just what they did. That
Ain't no wrong with love, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with love.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
And so for me, there was just like a lot to
Yeah.
take in, and that's kind of what it's kind of crazy. That's what started me to be who I am today. So
Wow, that's dope, bro. It did. It was real similar, because I was borderline foster care growing up. I was ward of the court for half a second. My grandma stepped in, so I can relate. But even though I thought I could relate once, like you, when I was there, I was like, some of the stuff that I just take for granted, like growing up. Hey, where's your social security? Where's your birth certificate?
yeah,
Where's your essential documents? Like they gotta have that, and they don't have somebody just kind of playing backstop for them. And at that young age, they just got to have their stuff. And it's like, whoa, well, yeah, you got to think about stuff on a whole nother level. Now,
yeah.
speaking of whole nother level, people know you from this social media. You be posting some dope stuff all the time. So I want to talk about that and how you got into that. But first, I want to share a little something to look at first.
Oh my God.
Back in the day, though, this is pre-COVID. This is before I worked for the Thunder. This was a halftime show. I got somebody rolling with me,
This is Dakota.
and you were just
Hey,
down,
how
bro,
are you?
and
How
I
you doing, man?
appreciated it. Yeah,
Mm,
this is Dakota right there.
crazy.
Hey, man, NBA Arena will unpack your current level of NBA work. We're going to get to that. But before we do, let's just talk about videography. Let's talk about the camera. Let's talk about how that fell into your lap, how you grabbed it, what happened. I saw you in foster care. I saw you being an advocate for the youth. And now I see you being an advocate with the lens. How did that happen?
It's kind of funny. So like during COVID, after social work, I went into like business with my grandma, and it's a blanket business called Ecosia that she
Mm,
started, with her friends and stuff. And basically, what it was just her like wholesaling blankets, like the blankets you see at powwows and stuff. And it taught me a lot, going through social work, working at social work at an early age, 21, 22, 23. It was a lot for me. You know what I mean? Everything mentally started wearing me down, and my grandma seen that. Like you see a lot of stuff in social work, and it at a young age, and not even having kids myself, it was a lot. I was like, oh man, I can. And my grandma seen the stress in that, and so she was like, well, quit your job, and I just won Youth Worker of the Year, so like it was a lot. And she was like, well, quit your job, and I'll take care of you, and let's do this like your business together. And like if you know my grandma, like I'm very like close to her, and I
mm,
trust you with a lot of things. So it took a lot of discipline. Like something that I say a lot is like my pride and ego. Like, and then when she first asked me, I'm like, I'm Youth Worker of the Year for the state of Oklahoma. Like, why would I want to sell blankets at a powwow now? Like, that's not my avenue. That's not what I worked for. But she just knew that it was gonna wear and tear on me. Like, and I
mm.
trusted her, so I gave up all that, and I went into retail, with my grandma, and it went to wholesaling at conferences and casinos and selling them. And I just told my grandma, it's kind of sound funny, but I said I feel like the Pablo Escobar blankets.
Hey, man, you my blanket plug too, bro.
Yeah,
So,
facts. It was She still has the business, and now it's mostly her because obviously I have to have a new job. But it taught me so much. It taught me how to promote a blanket. It just taught me how to retail, communicate to customers. It taught me how to be outspoken about a product that I am selling. So, and then during COVID, things kind of shut down, and
mm,
so you couldn't sell blankets, you couldn't go to conference. The world shut down, and so I had to find like a different avenue. Obviously, just because the world stopped doesn't mean your bill's
wow.
done. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
So,
ooh.
um,
Say that
so yeah,
again.
trying to
Because the world stops. What?
just because the world stopped doesn't mean the bill stopped. So you had to figure out a different avenue. And for me, it was a moment where I was kind of just trying to find income. The money that I saved from the blankets I used kind of covered myself, and I didn't get all the stuff, the stipends that workers got and all that stuff because I was self-efficient. And so when my money stopped, it really stopped. There was no help besides my
Right.
grandma.
Wow.
And during that, so I started door dashing. I started doing Lyft, we're wearing a mask and just kind of making the income to get by. And it was one night I was with my family, you know, the Rebeluses, and they asked me if I could come film for them, you know, for their kid. And it got to a point where I started filming for El Reno. That's how I got involved. I had
So
never like really picked up the camera to take it like that serious. It was always just like my own vlogs, or you know, if you asked me to do something, I filmed it, or a
yeah,
friend. It was never like, oh, this is what I'm trying to do, right? It
yeah.
was just a hobby that I like to do, or that I love to do, and you know, I started working with El Reno, the women's basketball team, and after the first year, it ended, and I really had no direction with it. I figured that I was like done with it. You know what I mean? It was just a one time deal. And then my social media, you know, people started reaching out to me like, hey, we have an AAU team, we have this, we have that. And it was a time where I was like, oh shoot, this is like legit. Like people are really paying for the product. And what it taught me was just how to network my videoing to my platform, and which is Instagram.
Yes.
And I just utilized it. I turned it from my personal page to like a business page.
Dope.
Oh,
So what's dope, man, is you start off youth advocacy, you start off in the cut, you then detour, you pivot, you head into the I call it the blanket business academy, university, so to speak, to get your business accolades up. You learn business kind of like through that, and then all of a sudden you have to pivot again, and you're almost like heading back into advocacy again, only now with a business sense and what you do to capture them because you're doing that as a service now. And plus your eye, the way it works, what I've seen you do is really capture them at their best and always trying to put them in a good light. You know, this youth advocacy now is starting to come back around to advocacy through the lens.
yeah.
Filming them, you're filming El Reno, you're filming the girls. Now you're on basketball courts. Now you're part of sport film. And then what happens?
Just in that time, just networking, something that I took pride in was filming for anybody and everybody. You know, that's something that I strive still to be, was to say if someone reached out, you know, if the money made sense, you know, I wasn't charging no thousands of dollars or something like that. It was more of just like a, hey man, pay for my gas. Just make sure you tag me. You know, that's how you like utilize it. You know, to tag.
Yeah.
Basically, just network through that. You know, I met one person, and then their friends liked it, filmed for them, and it kind of just was its own cycle.
Yeah.
And trying to stand out and find my own speed. I hate to say, but I was a huge K-pop person. Like, I
Hey.
love K-pop music. Like, I loved
Yeah.
it. Like, I liked it when I liked the videos of it, the concept of videos. It was very like bam, 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 in your face, and I loved it, and it kind of made me feel like, oh man, this is like relaxing, this is fun. So what I tried to do was utilize what I seen on K-pop music videos into my basketball videos, basically
Mm,
making it a music video but a highlight. I took my time to try to film certain things and try to come up with different avenues of what speed I was trying to go at in my filming, and I took pride in my editing. Like that was a huge thing, was taking pride in my editing.
yeah.
Like filming is one thing, and but editing is a whole nother key. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's basically the butter of the bread. You know, the bread's good, but man, if that butter's not popping, it ain't gonna hit the same. So it was a good time for me to test myself and be outside of my comfort zone. El Reno is my comfort zone. So being in an arena that I don't know nobody, where I had to pay to get in,
Mm.
you know, it was different at the time. I wasn't the YK that I'm known as now. It was getting it out of my comfort zone. So it was a great
Wow,
experience
so
for me.
what's dope though also is, we'll stop here for half a second and just talk about the mindset of paying to put yourself in position. That's a business mindset that I think a lot of people have ideas, a lot of people have a jar full of want to, but when it comes time to take the first step or whatever, there's a hesitancy. What was it in you that made you say, "Oh man, if even at my own expense, Imma do it"?
I think it was just the feeling of it. Like for me, since I was a kid, really like middle school, I always had a camera. Like I always had a camera. My
Yeah.
mom brought my brother a camcorder for Christmas, and he never utilized it. And he was like, "Man, if you give me something from you, I'll give you mine." So we switched, and I have videos when we were in middle school, just filming us having fun. And you know, that's when YouTube and them were thriving. So like, oh man, I want to put myself on YouTube and following like content creators like David Dobrik and them guys, something like that. That was like always cameras were always on. It was just capturing moments. So for
Yeah.
me, now that I started getting like value in what I was doing, it really made me happy because I love to film. People love to play basketball. So basically, I got to do what I love to do, and I got to capture what they love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Two
connected,
loves
and
coming together.
yeah. So seeing people like, oh, that's me on the camera. That's crazy. Like that. Oh, that. And I mean, that was me capturing it. I went out of my own way, and it made me feel really good that people DMing me like, bro, you really did it, man. That's lit, man. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And man, that's what this. It was worth it to me because it was still that avenue of social work, like you said, like inspiring and doing stuff for others. I'm a caregiver, and that's just what I do. So being
Yes.
able to do what I love, capturing doing what they love, I mean, that's just genuine, like it's genuine for me.
Just say, I don't know what we're trying to catch. Catch something. Catch feelings, I guess.
Like it was everything for me. So
That's dope. I caught a glimpse of some of that love in action. Look at who's that?
Because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity potentially for everyone here. You just never know if this is going to happen again or when it might. And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for these guys. So they're soaking it in as they should. I just think this is so neat, guys. We'll send it back to Evan and Jess as we wait on the team to get over here to Scissortail Park. But what pictures? What pictures?
oh my god, that's so crazy, man. That is crazy. I never seen that clip. I seen the other clip. I didn't see that one.
Right.
That was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
man.
that
Got you in action, man. Got you in
no, for
action.
real.
And the last one, you capturing the capture and the look is genuine. That's
Oh man, that's the thing.
you handling business right there, and in such a good way. It's more than work. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
definitely a connection there. So let's talk about the NBA, man. You rolling out. I see you at the game. You're videographing for championship level material, bro.
I told you I need you like now. I need you to pull up, get me face right now. I'm not in the city, show face, some way.
Let's talk about that. How'd you get into it? And what happened?
Basically, I was just doing content for kind of anybody still, and that's what I said. Like, it's still for anybody because you don't know who knows who.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take it way back. So the first year I was filming, the end of the summertime, Trey Young always came to Skins League, which
Okay.
Skins League is an AmPro league for overseas players
Yep.
to play against pro players in the NBA or high school kids that are coming up. So it's a really good community event that
Mm-hmm.
Chris Skinner puts on, and it helps media people like me showcase their craft at the highest level in Oklahoma, when it comes to that outside of the NBA. And so basically Trey Young came back every summer and did a game. And the video that I did in that moment, my video kind of went viral for a little bit, and a company reached out to me and asked if I could just cut everybody else out and just leave it as Trey Young's video and they'll
Dope.
pay me. So I was like, all right, cool. So I did it. And through that time, that person that ran that account kept up with me, followed me on IG, and one day reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we got a contract with the G League. How do you feel about working with us in the Southwest area?" I'd love to. So they got me set up with the blue. And then when it was done, I was kind of done with the blue. And then I started working still with the G as in I was going to the Vipers down in Rio Grande Valley. And in that moment, I had someone reach out to me and he hit me up and said, "Yo, I seen this video you did. Could you come film me? I'm going to train two of my players." I was like, "Yeah, I'm down with that." Didn't know who he was, never met him, never even heard of him. Just a random DM. And went over there. There was two players, filmed them, left. He loved the content. And in time, little did I know it was I didn't know the guy that I was with was roommates with Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looked at me so valuable. Like he was like, "Man, you kill this content, you're killing it, you're a good person. I'm gonna try to take you with my boy." And it was a long term. I think this is I'm in year 5 now. This
Yeah.
was this was still the end of year 1.
Yeah.
Just kind of coming around him a lot. And one time I had an opportunity, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, bro, we're doing like this Thanksgiving give back for Lou. Can you come film it?" No, like, bro, I'm on my way. I got to that piece, and man, we killed it, man. It was good. I mean, right when we got back to his house, I edited it right there. Like I was like that, like because
Yeah.
this is the opportunity for me. Like this is a chance for me to really show my craft at the highest level. And
Mm-hmm.
they hit me up and was like, "Hey." can you come to Las Vegas? Lou's getting the PG shoe, and you can come to Team Canada versus USA.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, no way. So they flew me out to Las Vegas, did his shoe stuff, posted it, and before I know it, by the end of the night, Adidas posted and tagged me in it and everything. I'm like,
Sick.
no way, like this is
Yeah.
crazy. So it was like a unreal moment for me, and we started growing together, me and Lou, and to the point where his management reached out to me and said, hey, the Thunder are gonna let you film like the first home game against the Hawks.
Oh.
First time on the NBA gym, like being able to film like that. So
Yeah.
nervous. I brought all my gear. Like it's so funny. I brought everything that I could think of just in case I needed it. Like I didn't
Yeah.
know what I was
Yeah.
expecting. And just through that time, last season, it was a point where it was come to this game. All right, you can come to this game now. And then at the end of the time, just end up doing the whole season.
Sick. We'll show him some love on his foundation. I know he's got a foundation. We'll throw that on the screen. We'll make sure people follow that. Roll with him on that. And I think what's also cool too is, you know, we started this with you in an N7 shirt, and now you're a champ with Adidas, and ain't no love lost with us because we about the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just make it work. You know, I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
That you know, whatever makes the impact to the community and to the culture is what we do, and that's what I love about you is that you're willing to just go and make it happen no matter what. So with that said, what are some of the areas that this obviously you turned your passion into profession, and they say if you could find what you love and make that work, you'll never have to work. But with that said, I know personally with someone who does their passion for a living, there's work still. I've seen your work ethic. So you're at the game until 11 sometimes. You're there even after me. After I close
Yeah.
down and pack up, you're sometimes still there.
Yeah.
And so then what does that look like for you? What's the work part?
The work part is for me is just time management. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm working on it very well. And last season I was kind of like, I was so the NBA and working for somebody is a lot different than like high school. Like if we played a day, I was really comfortable. Give me like 48 hours max. But here, we have two games back to back, and then we have to go somewhere. And then it's so you don't have time to say, oh, I got 48 hours. You have to really turn around the next day and have it done.
Yeah.
And be at that you have to basically have to be at a high level at all times, like ready for anything, last minute changes, everything. And it's not just filming the basketball game. I don't live even in the same city, so I drive an hour. So then I'm there 40 minutes before he's even there, getting my stuff ready. Walks in, then we do warm ups, filming that, and then we have the game. Then we have after game stuff, post game media, and then tunnel pics leaving the arena, and then sometimes we go eat. So like, so really in a day's honest, it's probably close to like 8 to 10 hours a day during a game. If we're not eating, if I just go straight home, I have to drive an hour back. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And then edit.
And then edit. Yeah. Oh yeah. The edit is if we have back to back games, game one has to be done before game two even starts. So I mean, there's a lot.
Oh,
So
man.
the work is time management and taking care of myself. That's the prime thing. Taking care of my health and my mental,
Wow.
and that's something that I strive to be. And like right now, I'm on this kick of like running a lot because that's my therapy. Like if I'm stressing, I go
Yeah.
run. I'm on that verge of trying to lose, so much weight,
Oh, bro.
but
Yeah, and you're
also
looking good too.
appreciate it. 3 years ago,
Yeah, man, I remember. Yeah.
I didn't even have this. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So something
Something
that
about
I try.
movement, moving yourself gets that stress out, which is good. That's
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like I don't want to make it successfully and be unhealthy.
mm,
I don't want the greed. Greed is not about money. To me, is mine is like being greedy as in like food intake and
mhm.
being like pitting my time into things that I don't need to. Like something that I'm having an issue with now, like video games. That's like my social life because I don't have time to hang out with my friends. Well, a lot of my guys still play video games, so like we'll get online around like 10, 11 o'clock at night when I know I should be laying down by at least 12, but we're playing till 1, and then it's an hour that I lost. You know what I mean? Of sleep that I
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
But like that's the greed in me, the selfish part of me that I need to at times change. And
Mm,
that's the work in it. It's not the
that's
work
the work.
isn't on the court or going to that stuff. My work is self.
Yeah.
I need to work on myself. Discipline is my craft right now, and trying to like figure it out. Like the stuff that I do on the
Discipline is my
court.
craft right now. He said, "Discipline is my craft right now." Ooh, that's good. They said pressure is a privilege. That's what I think about with you having those deadlines and you filming, getting out of the game late and driving an hour back, but still editing and being world class on your deadlines.
The thing that keeps me going really though in all of this is it's not about me no more. It's about we. As
Mm,
in the beginning, I had to make it about myself. I had to get there first. Let me
yeah.
get there first. And then when I get there, creating an avenue and maybe inspiring the native youth with the camera to make it to the league. So being in this field alone, it's tough at times because there's times where I do feel alone. And like,
Mhm.
if it wasn't for you not being there, I wouldn't have nobody else on our side.
That's dope,
You know what I
bro.
mean? Like, and if
Yeah.
you really think about it, like no one can understand the A's and all that. Like no one understand right, all the goulash. No
But
one
dang,
understands it. But yeah,
Godzilla.
when I'm there, when I'm at home, I'm with you, so I have someone with me.
Yeah,
But when I'm away and we're doing some other stuff, there's not Native
right.
Americans, and so being able to be that person in the NBA as a content creator, it's a privilege, and I
It
want
is.
to hold great responsibility to it. I want to genuinely meet it. I
Yeah.
want to genuinely give back. I don't want to use my platform for discouragement. I don't want my platform to disrupt. I want my
Mm,
platform to be an angle where the next can come up and pass me. Like I'm not in a mode to be the best. I want to be the best for me and my family, but I also want the next one to be better than me. Like I,
now
I might have created the total for them, but I want them to run through it and see how far they can go.
now you also back that up because you have a camp that you put on. Let's talk a little bit about the camp that you put on. When somebody sees a flyer or hears about you coming to their community in the off season or in a gap games or whatever, when you put these media camps together, what are they gonna get when they go there?
So my friend Anton, he's a world class, native artist. He makes good music. He really sticks to his community. And when I first started before the NBA, he gave me a chance to videography his camps, and he did a media camp. So basically, what the camp provided was him and my friend Gunnar to learn how to make a song in 4 days and make a music video in 4 days with kids that don't have no clue how to do anything. And we brought top class equipment to their areas, and we did it throughout the summer. And man, Tone really took me mentally, got me to that space of like, man, know your worth, bro. Like, do your thing,
Yeah,
bro. You got a craft, like, do it. And he was just starting off too, like in that moment of doing media camps, and for him to look at me and say, bro, like, you're cool with the camera, like, let's do this together. And we did. And when we got to the NBA, was when we kind of like, well, we were both going, we're still very close, but obviously we're going into our different avenues. Like obviously I'm in the NBA now. He's making music with top artists in the
yeah,
game, and so we both grew. But he taught me how to do a media camp. So I basically took what he given me and just turned it into a media camp, not with the music, but basically what I do is bring all my equipment,
yeah,
multiple cameras that are $5,000+ that just your normal camera person can't just put their hands on. You know what I mean?
right.
And my friend DT, which this is his shirt, if y'all see it, DT Visuals. He's a Comanche made man too, and he makes all my graphic designing what he's called with the iPad. And basically, I was like, bro, let's just come up with our own media camp where you teach them how to make logos and do flyers and do all this cool stuff, graphic designing, and I'll show them the media side of it. And
And we
just from
can
there,
find that out when like, if we just follow your IG, we'll know when it's happening.
oh yeah, 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 for sure. A lot of tribes will reach out to me and do it
Yeah,
for like their communities and stuff. And then it just grew more and more where we got a podcast set up now where my friend Jordan, which is also a Comanche member, he's trying to be into the media side. And so we have three different aspects of it: filming, editing, graphic designing, and we do podcasts all in a 3-day camp. And it's a chance to really showcase who they are and who their community is
yeah,
to the world. Because social media, it's a free promotional site,
yeah, yeah.
and you can show your craft. You can post it today, and a million people can see it by the night. It's the
It's
beauty of it.
yes, it's the one place where we are starting to have, and we've seen it like push the needle a little bit. This is the one is why I kind of want to do this is this is where we get ownership of our imagery. And for years, we did not have ownership of our imagery. Somebody else was in charge of how we look, what we said, where we stood, how we were lit, they were in charge of all of our imagery. If you Googled certain people group, then you would see a real person if you typed them in, African American, Mexican American. If you typed in Native American, you saw cartoons, you would see old pictures, you would see pictures of not today, and it would reinforce that stereotype that we're not here anymore. And it added to that fuel. And so that's what I love about what you do, is that you're at the front lines combating that and bringing in a whole new generation of warriors again, you know what I'm saying, coming into this
Yeah.
fold to be armed to tell our stories here in this pure medium that we get to control our own stories. We're not only telling them, we're filming them. And so
Yeah.
appreciate it, bro. Thanks for being willing to do this.
Oh yeah. That's what I love it.
Hey man, before we go, I gotta just get it on whether we use it or not. What did winning at that level feel like for you, bro?
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna be really deep, but I would like you to add this in there. So when we won those games in that basically in the parade, I was walking in that parade and it was just a blur. It was so loud, it was so hot. And when Lou was the first person to start running outside and I just chased him and that's what we captured. And when we were going through that tunnel in my vision, we were just going down that road and every step that I took, I just thought about all the things that I sacrificed to get there myself. And something that I took pride in was just I couldn't believe I was at that stage at 5 years in. Like I started at El Reno and I given so much back. So when I did take that road, it was like flowers were thrown. And it almost reminded me of when Maximus was walking down that road and they were just throwing roses at his feet. It's because I just felt like I gave everything to the world, and now
Mm.
the world was cheering our names, like we're champions. Like I gave myself like this is my bar, but like even when I didn't have the gas, I still gave you the distance. Even when I was
Oh,
gassed out, even when my tank was on E, I gave you the distance because I gave my love. I gave back as much as I could. Even when people didn't have enough to pay me or anything, I still just did it. For instance, Sunday night I was at the Pelicans game filming, and then last night I was filming a seven-year-old football game in Lawton. Like
yes, sir.
I stayed true. I stayed true to what it is and what it's for, and I do it for the people that aren't here no more. When I
Mm.
was filming last season, I was dealing with my grandpa dying, and people didn't know that because it wasn't for people to see.
Right.
It was something that I was suffering with. It was a mental battle for me because I seen him dying from cancer day to day, but I still had to put that mask on and go do my job and be the best at my best. And in that moment, uh, towards the end of his death, he wasn't walking no more, and he told me, he said, "I'm so glad that you're in the NBA now, because even though I can't walk, I can still watch the end of the game and hope to see you in that screen behind the players. I can see what you're doing." And so when we won the championship, I mean, that was like one of the biggest things I thought. And like, when I got to my car, man, I just cried. I cried because
Yeah.
I knew he was watching me, and it was just a proud moment for myself because I know like hopefully I can make a lot enough noise here on earth that they can all hear me in heaven, and I can represent that. So it was a big, more of an emotional thing for me. Like that's what all this is about. Everything that I've done in this has been genuine as a giving back, and now God gave me back more than I could ever ask for. Even if my career ended tomorrow, I had a hell of a run. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yes,
very
sir.
thankful. And what my grandma told me too is like she's like it's crazy because this is just the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all that is just the beginning of this. Like, hope
Yeah.
this is somebody's whole career, 18 years in it, and they got to enjoy this moment. I'm on
Right.
year two. That was my first year filming in the NBA, and I've seen it all. And I'm very thankful for the Dorts, Lou, his foundation, Sag and Greg. They really teamed up with me and helped me grow into this world class speed of working in professional field. Like I'm forever thankful for them. They've taught me a lot of things and how to be, how to act, how to carry myself, and how to stay like genuine about it and be thankful for these moments because these aren't promised. This is performance based. That's what the NBA is. If you don't perform well, there's someone that's younger than you, stronger than you, faster than you, more creative than you. And I know that. So I don't take this for granted. I'm very thankful for this. And I'm thankful that they've given me a platform so I can show indigenous youth that, hey, we are here. And I grew up in a rugged neighborhood in Richardsburg, Medici. And look, I made it.
Yeah.
I didn't get a college degree in this. I didn't go to school for this. I got on
Right.
my laptop. I didn't have the best equipment. I had a $600 camera starting off to the point now where I have probably over $100,000 worth of camera equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Like but I sacrificed a lot of stuff to get here, and forever thankful for it. And without God putting these people in my life and giving me the tools, the things that I do is I pray to God to give me the tools. Don't do it for me. Just give me the tools to get there, and I'll
Yeah.
do it. Like, I'll meet you halfway. And I'm very thankful for that. And I think being in the NBA is a real testimony of my story of anybody can make it if you put your heart to it, and you sacrifice a lot for it. Because if you knew me before this, you're like, he's not making that. And I wanted to prove it to myself. You know what I mean? And I'm very thankful. There's a little luck in there, meeting the right person at the right time.
Always.
But that's what consistency is. If you're consistently doing something, eventually it'll be great. It could be 5 years, it could be 20. And so my first year winning the NBA championship with Lou was the greatest experience, but it also gave me a platform where I can still give back to my youth, and I want to be giving back to our youth as much as I can and provide a service to them that, hey, we are here, we are thriving, and we are as legit as it comes. And I want to be an example of that. So.
And you are, man. You are. I appreciate you. It's been an amazing ride for me to get to watch you as a young person come up to my turntables at a team conference, and to see you come in at pregame, set your camera down, dap me up, and get ready to go to work at the highest level, bro. I've seen you. I love you. I appreciate your work. I appreciate why you work. And I'm thankful that you came and shared what you shared today, bro. And as for the rest of you out there, we'll see y'all on the next